But the great-great-granddaddy of wacky quantum weirdness is entanglement. If time reversal symmetry destroys the notion of time, then entanglement crushes our experience of space. Two objects, two electrons created together, are entangled. Send one to the other side of the universe. Now, do something to one, and the other responds instantly. Instantly. So, either information is traveling infinitely fast, or, in reality, they are still connected. They are entangled. And since everything was entangled at the moment of the Big Bang, that means everything is still touching. Space is just the construct that gives the illusion that there are separate objects. Are we far enough down the rabbit hole yet?
To go down the rabbit hole and to get away from the mundane is thrilling. Everybody secretly is an adventurer. When we head down a rabbit hole, we have to reformat all of our knowledge and our present understanding, and we have to be able to combine knowledge in a different way than we've processed it up until this point. It means that we have to step outside the box of our most familiar, most common way of thinking. We have to begin to perceive the question or the understanding from a different point of view. And in order to do that, you have to mix circuits in the brain.
It's tricky. I don't know if you want to go there. You do want to go there? So, entanglement is space separated and time separated. One way of looking very specifically at the time separation aspect, it's much easier to do this with one individual rather than two. Because who are you better entangled with than anyone? It's yourself. It's your future self that you're entangled with, and your past self. So the experiment that I developed to look at this is we wire you up typically to look at skin conductance, but also heart rate and other parameters. You will sit in front of a computer screen and you press a button, and you know that 5 seconds later you're going to see a picture. It could be a very calm picture, or it might be a very emotional picture. And it's randomly selected by the computer immediately before it's shown. So when you press the button, the future is not yet determined. So you need real precognition in order to be able to jump into the future and get it somehow. So since we're looking at your physiology, we know what happens to physiology after you see an emotional image. And we know what happens after you see a calm image. The question is, does that future experience leak into your present? Does it happen before you see the picture? And through this experiment, you can see what happens. Electrical activity of the heart, EKG. This is photoplethysmograph, which is the amount of blood in the fingertip. And respiration, breathing in, breathing out. Press the button, well, what happens to physiology? Well, if it starts rising before the image appears, it may suggest that you're about to get an emotional picture. And if it stays calm, it suggests maybe you're going to get a calm picture. So we've done this kind of experiment for several hundred people, and colleagues have run this experiment as well. And as it turns out, that is exactly what you see. People become aroused before randomly selected pictures in the future that happen to be emotional, and they remain calm before randomly selected pictures that are calm. This has been seen in heart rate changes, in skin conductance, in the brain, and basically systemically throughout the body. We are entangled with our future selves.
Wormholes are topological fluctuations, really channels of communication that connect distant parts of the universe instantaneously. Even time travel is possible.
The way I understand a rabbit hole is that it is a portal to another reality. Now, that could be the most banal thing in the world. You know, if I just open a door and go through it, portal means very little in that sense. But in the sense we're talking about it here, we're talking about how we access another dimension of reality.